It is a labor of love, very much so. You don't get much sleep, and you catch naps when you can. And I would say more than anything, it's a labor of love. In 1994, Eric and Anna Anderson moved to the area with the intent of, they bought this with the intent of having a coffee house here. I took it over in 2008, December of 2008. I'm Carolyn Hayes, and I am the owner of Sweetwater Coffeehouse. My son is Zach Hayes, and he serves as a barista, but he also just is my backup and my right-hand man.
I think locals definitely find the atmosphere laid back and just relaxed. And we've always really said that this isn't really our place, it's really the community's place. And that's kind of what it is, just a meeting place for the community. Like, we have all sorts of meetings here and stuff like that. But then, the locals just feel, I'd say, home. Like, a lot of them have grown up here. There are kids that, I got the pictures on the wall on the right side where they started. Close to the kitchen, there are kids, mom's pregnant, and then on over by the front door, because it progresses around the room 20 years, there are, those kids with their own kids that were in their mom's belly on the other side. So a lot of people, a lot of kids and grown-ups feel very attached to this place, like, they've grown up here, and that's pretty cool. And I think the atmosphere, as far as tourists are concerned, I think they find it very inviting. It's kind of eclectic. And I get a lot of people say that they find it cozy, and they're not used to it, because a lot of people are used to Starbucks, where it's a little more sterile, I guess, and whatnot. We have a lot of musicians. There's musicians everywhere in this area. We've had some really good musicians play here, and actually all of them have been great. We've had some people that we should have had to pay, but we can't afford to, and people just want to play here, so it's great. But actually, most of them I feel like I should pay when they leave, because it's always such a good time.
I think the people who come here are what make it, they will make it really special, and they do make it really special, just because of the energy that they bring here in terms of what their interests are, what their values are, that they really are pretty open to meeting new people and being hospitable in their own right. I try to introduce people, especially if I've been talking to someone from out of town and they have a special interest that we've talked about, and then somebody comes in I know and they have that same interest, I'll introduce them, and 9 times out of 10 there's a major connection, and sometimes it's even a friend or some. It's amazing to me, those kinds of things that happen here. They're kind of serendipitous. And I really like that about this place, and I think a lot of people are aware of the fact that it happens here. And I think a lot of that goes back to just the fact of where we are. I think the Salty and Nacoochee Valleys have always been that way. I hope we're still here and for the next 20 years, and I know that that's saying a lot. I hope we'll be here. I hope that we grow enough that that we can sustain the business at the level, at least as the atmosphere. I don't want to go to just being so busy that people can't sit down and enjoy themselves. I don't want that to happen. I'd love for it to stay right now on kind of an even keel. There's a space here and there's an energy here where people come together.